why we resisted loving our life for so long. Because the only thing that's going to change is our perception and our attitude about how we're approaching life. What we're aiming for is a complete, unreserved trust in goodness and in the loving kindness of the Creator, Spirit within. Spirit that breathed its life into us. You see, this is the day that God made, and I am going to be glad and rejoice in it. What about you? You going to celebrate today? Yeah. You see, it's not hard to stay excited anymore because I love who I am and what I'm doing, finally. You see, the principle is, or the spiritual principle is funny. We cannot violate spiritual principle when we're on the spiritual path because we know too much. We get hit with a cosmic 2x4. It's no fun. Or your dog headbutts you. You see? Because there's something reminding me, oh yeah, that's right, I'm supposed to be loving you. I'm not just supposed to be doing. I need to be loving. I need to take time. I need to lay on the floor and roll with my dogs and play ball and do all those things besides just sit in the chair. See, sometimes you can be a metaphysician and use meditation as a means of avoidance. You see, we tell you that you need to meditate and you need to pray and you need to study and you need to read and you need to do all these different things. But what about life? What about the purposeful life? You see, all spiritual living is based on overcoming the self. The only activity that keeps me alive and fulfilled includes lending a hand, giving people consideration, allowing and asserting omnipotence. You see, we are God. We are all powerful. Events happening in our own life. Our personal sense has to be absent. And so does fear of mistakes, and fear of disease, and fear of lack and limitation, and death. They must all be absent. You see, all spiritual teachings plant seeds of truth in our consciousness. But those seeds still need to be watered and nurtured so that they can grow and we can reap the harvest of their fruits. My dad used to tell me all the time when I was ripping and running. That's the term they use for all the things that put me in prison. He used to say the grass is greener on this side of the street. You know, I just celebrated 19 years of sobriety last Wednesday. And so even though my dad told me that the grass was greener on the other side of the fence, he was talking about his side, by the way, not mine. Right? He says this to me quite often now. Didn't I tell you the grass was greener on this side of the street? And I tell him, yeah, but you forgot to tell me how much I got to mow it. It takes a lot of work to stay clean. It takes a lot of work to keep my life moving forward. But it's a loving work. It's a purposeful living.